it sucks because I was going to be up in Boston, so I would have gladly worn what they call kimono, which is actually just a general term. So that's one problem with your argument. And I'll get into the many, many, many problems of the argument from these idiots against Claude Monet's the Japanese painting that's displayed at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. And might as well start at the beginning. Wednesdays at the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, they have what was called Kimono Wednesday. People would come, they would wear kimono and pose with Claude Monet's work, La Japonaise, which is a painting of what was very common at the time. There was a huge influx of art regarding Japanese culture. And, there's this painting and everyone would dress up in kimono and they would pose with it. So there's been a protest about it saying that it's racist for white people to pose with this picture. I think, one, whenever you say that it's racist if one group of people do something, that's racist. Secondly, it's posted on Twitter by Amber Ying. Well, wait a second. Why would Amber Ying, someone who is not Japanese, dare to say what Japanese culture is and how it should be used by white people? She also hashtagged white supremacy kills. So I'm not sure how many white supremacists are out there killing Japanese people who wear a kimono. I don't know. And then there's another guy who's a Korean, obviously, who would also like to stop white people from having interest in kimono. There's a pretty obvious reason for why they're doing this, and it has nothing to do with respect for Japanese culture. Chinese and Koreans obviously don't want Japanese culture popularized. I don't see Amber Ying complaining about kipao, or complaining that the fact no one calls it kipao, they all call it cheongsam. I don't see her out in the streets complaining about that, stopping people from wearing the traditional, well, not traditional, but the Chinese, dress that girls wear, that's all tight and cool and all that, and I don't see the Korean guy even, well, no white people know what a hanbok looks like. Koreans don't even know what hanbok looks like because the Korean media has portrayed hanbok as this bullshit, brightly colored, I don't even know what the hell it is, but, the dye didn't exist in Korea. The real hanbok was white with black, if that. And on the female clothing, the hanbok came up to here, the boobs hung out over it, and then it went to like a skirt, and it was, if people want to wear that, fine. Seriously, go out. I don't even, or if you just want to cut to the chase and just, have your boobs hanging out, that's fine by me. I'm 100% support of that, and I won't complain. But aside from that, this is fucking bullshit. That white people, specifically white people, is what they said. I have a severe problem with that. Can't wear kimono because it's racist and imperialist. I don't understand how it's imperialist. Since pretty sure that the U.S. isn't planning to take over Japan by wearing their clothes. It's a shitty way to take over somewhere. If you want, you take over somewhere, you make them wear your clothes. That's more like it. But, no. It's not cultural appropriation. It's not racist. It is an interest in a culture. You can be an asshole, though, wearing a kimono. I've seen plenty of people who are assholes wearing kimono. Greg Park with his fucking elastic hakama. But, oh, he gets a slide because he kind of looks like people who are from the area near where the culture originated, even though he's completely lying about it and he's butchered it, and he has no fucking clue how to wear traditional Japanese clothing. Of course, I made a video wearing Japanese clothing. Am I racist? The 55,000 Japanese people who viewed that video on Nico Nico Doga, I don't even remember how many viewed it on YouTube before it got pulled. The thousands and thousands and thousands of positive comments about how I know how to properly wear Japanese clothing shows that Japanese people don't really consider it racist when a white person is wearing Japanese clothing. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not, I'm Caucasian, but I'm not Asian. You know, I look different than what white people and non-Asians consider Asian people to look like. So obviously my opinion doesn't matter, despite how much time and effort I've put into studying the culture, how much I know about it, how much more I know about it than a Korean and a Chinese guy, I'm sure. You know. I do have problems with certain people wearing kimono, as I said. Chris Jacobson, I have a problem with him wearing kimono because he has no idea what the hell he's doing. You know, Al Yisrael with his fucking bullshit kamishimo. You know, you're not a samurai. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know how you're wearing it. You have the ends crossed. I have a kamishimo, of course. I'm not going to put it on. It's from 1830, obviously. But I know how to wear it. Greg Park, obviously I have a problem with him because he just makes shit up. Some guy in Italy. Pretty much anyone who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, I have a problem with. Are they wearing it to be racist, though? That's one thing. Technically, no. Greg Park, maybe. But everyone else, technically, no. Are they appropriating culture? Are they using it in an asshole sort of way? Yes. I don't consider that to be actually racist. I consider it to be just being an asshole, as I said. I consider it to be ridiculously ignorant. And I consider it to be just bad taste. You know, anyone wants to get a kimono and dress up and, you know, absorb Japanese culture and do it correctly, 100% cool with that. You know, just like I said, I posted in Bullshit Martial Arts about these douchebag hipsters who are going and getting kalinga tattoos in the Philippines. My town is like 99% Filipino, and you don't. Kalinga tattoo is something that you earn. It's not, you know, oh, let me get this cool ass tattoo over here. You know, let me get this bikini. You know, that meant that you actually did something in a war. It's not trying to look cool. If you want to get one that has no meaning because you like design, fine. But these people are just fucking retarded to try and exactly copy tattoos like that. You know, even Horimono obviously had connotations, Yakuza connotations, and it had, you know, all the stuff taken from Suikoden was associated with firefighters. You have, you know, if you're doing it properly, I'm 100% cool with you doing that as long as you're not doing some kind of bullshit thing or the style is wrong or anything. If you understand the culture, you understand the culture. You don't need me explaining to you because you obviously know the difference. But, it's just bullshit to have these people who are not Japanese try and dictate Japanese culture to other people who are not Japanese. You know, you're slightly closer, but you're still completely different, so fuck you. You know. Same with that bullshit. The fucking, it's a culture, not a costume. And they had a Korean holding up a picture of a white person dressed in a geisha costume. Oh, geisha were men, first of all. So, it's a white girl dressed as a geisha, and this Korean is holding it looking all sad. Oh, it's a culture, not a costume. Yeah, it's a culture, but it's not your fucking culture, so stop crying. What you're doing is exactly what's in the picture. You're using a costume, but your costume is permanent. You happen to look like something that is similar to what you're actually portraying, and you're just using the ignorance of the people who are viewing you to exploit this, once again, bullshit ideology. So, Amber Ying, fuck you. Anonymous Korean guy, fuck you. Korean girl who's holding up the damn fucking thing in that thing, fuck you. Every other person involved in that, fuck you. If I head back up to Boston, I'm going there, I'm wearing kimono, and fuck you. There we go. Won't wear a sword, though, because Boston laws are retarded.